What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey. This your other host, Chris. And like I said, you are watching Get a Bucket, your favorite show. Bro, how's everything with you?
My brother, what's going on, kid?
Not much, baby. Same old, same old. And look, ladies and gentlemen, right now, y'all are watching a wonderful game that's about to take place. That's right. We got 4 quarters to talk about stuff. So with that being said, you ready?
Let's give people what they want.
DC the beat man.
So, what's your definition of an MVP? Like, and just for clarification, it's called Get a Bucket, right? So I do want to distinct between, I guess, basketball and then also if your answer differs from all around sports. But just, let's focus on basketball right now. What's your MVP criteria?
Okay, couple things. Number one, stay healthy. Number two, team success. That's 2. And number 3, popular player.
Okay, all right. See, my criteria, I got 4 points.
Okay.
I got 4 points. I've already made a video out there, ladies and gentlemen. So it goes, like stats, eye tests, all that good stuff, production, essentially. We got win shares. It's a nice little stat to follow. I'm not saying stats are everything, but it does kind of help.
It does.
We also got team production, goes towards your team success as well, right? And then we got the wilder storyline. Now, for me, that means like anything that's wild that happened, right? Russell Westbrook, when he averaged a triple-double, he got 50 caps to him. Jokic, when he carried his team, granted to the 6th seed, but the West was still kind of tough. And you did that without MPJ and Jamal Murray. I got to tip my cap to you. Stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I'll say that might usurp maybe an MVP's dominance, but that's my criteria. So, out of curiosity, is there any real difference between your MVP for basketball versus your MVP for the other sports?
The MVP for other sports is pretty much the same as at basketball.
Okay. Now it's interesting. You added popularity for yours. Now,
absolutely.
I would say I don't know about win shares and something like baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I got to look more into that to figure out if I have a formula. But if I had to high level it, popularity does factor into that.
Absolutely. Big time.
How much of a percentage? Because that's, you gave 3 things. Are they all equal, or is popularity on the lower aspect of that totem pole for you? Like, does popularity matter the least out of those other 2? Or
it matters the least.
Okay.
It just depends on which city that you're in. It matters more to other cities compared to like smaller cities.
Yeah,
they really don't give a damn about it.
Okay, I can respect that. So then, out of curiosity, using Jokic and Shea, right? Who was the MVP for you?
Shea.
Okay, I also agree. But here's the thing, though: is Shea the most popular player for you?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so then, and just to be clear, you said, what was your 3 points again? You said
mine was
healthy. Okay, so they both were healthy.
Team success.
All right, so the Nuggets lost in that regard.
Yep.
Okay, so we got a tie, 1 going to Shea, and then
and
popularity going to Jokic. All right, so that is a tie across the board. So if that's the case, what was the deciding factor for you personally for Shea over Jokic?
To literally guide OKC to where they are, because nobody expected OKC to literally go from a playing team pretty much with the same pieces to literally a top team in the West. Not even question about that. Like, you cannot go from a playing team to literally the number one team in the West and still got robbed by MVP. It just don't make no damn sense. It don't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna speak because he just said what I was gonna say. Like it's tough, but I gotta say this though. To Jokic's credit, he did play well.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? Team was a 2 seed. I can't be but so mad at it. Like, granted, again, I do think Shane was wrong. And then going forward, I think we got to start wondering, all right, what narratives are there? It could be Ant-Man's because the popularity starts to hit. Ant might be more popular than Shea. So if we got the Wolves higher than the Thunder, and we got the popularity favoring him too, and let's say Ant-Man's healthy and Shea's healthy,
But it's the thing though, bro.
it's not looking as good for Shea. That's what I'm saying.
No, I agree with you. I definitely do agree with you. It's now, Shea, Luka, Joker, but you got a young cat in Minnesota
That's
that
why I said Ant-Man.
is creeping up.
That's why I say it's going to be tough for Shea. So I think it's unfortunate that Shea got robbed, at least I think. But again, going back to your point, it does seem at least fair that Jokic got the MVP. He did deserve it, and I hate this narrative that he doesn't deserve his MVPs. I think he does. Like based on my criteria, I said stats and eye test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stats, no question. Eye test, you know he's not the best defender in terms of rim protection, but like he might get a critical stop. Like he might swipe the ball down against, like he goes up against Embiid, you could, Cat, you could, Sabonis. Like there's no big in the game that I think right now he couldn't get a critical stop if push came to shove. I'm not gonna bet my life savings on the rim protection though, but he might be able to swipe the ball before it goes up. Then we got to talk about win shares. He's leading the league more than likely. I guarantee you, last year he was. The year before that he was. Team success, or team production, team success. Number 2. Like I'm not mad at it. And then while the storyline, I don't have anyone outside of OKC and Shea outclassing them because, well, they lost a lot of bench depth. So
and still cruising. And still cruising.
Yeah, but to your point, the Thunder were the number 1 seed, and I did not have them being that high. I personally say Shea. But again, at least based on our criteria, it sounds like Jokic does deserve the MVP. It's just a matter of preference at this point in time. So, history books, we'll see how it looks. But
I mean, so far Joker does got a not bad Hall of Fame resume so far.
Oh yeah, it's very tough. I'm curious where he'll land when it's all said and done. But time will tell. I think that was a good little conversation we had there for MVPs. Then, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope y'all enjoyed that. But what do y'all think about MVPs? You know what I'm saying? Give us your criteria. Let us know if you thought our criteria was trash. I'd be surprised if you thought it. But also, like and comment, tell anyone about the show. But we'll take a quick little hiatus, come right back. We got to pay some bills. But we got more things to talk about. So hope y'all enjoy it. Hooping is an activity that can be enjoyed by all. It's a team game about getting and stopping buckets. Everyone's always rushing to the gold. Well, make sure to rush and watch Team Gold Rush, one of the best teams in the Special Olympics of Virginia. Team Gold Rush even has former NBA All-Star participants on the team. Clearly, they've struck gold. Ready to suit up and practice? I know. We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Practice still makes perfect. So when the opponent starts hitting their shots, Team Gold Rush can bounce back due to their training. Remember, offense sells tickets and defense wins championships. Watch us get a bucket and rush for the gold. We aim to be that gold standard. So want a team where you can win and have fun? Team Gold Rush is your number 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, right? So, JJ Redick, you know what I'm saying? He comes from good stock, right? You know my boy. He comes from good stock. But Buddy did say, though, that the NBA was watered down, or maybe he, I don't know if he questioned it or if he just definitively said it was watered down. during the Jordan run, right? Talking about the 6 added teams. Does that water down the NBA for you? And JJ's actually come across, or at least he's gone at the old heads a little bit. I appreciate that, right? You got to challenge what people say at some point in time. Talking about the plumbers thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, he might not be the old head's favorite, but do you think this was unfair for JJ to say about the Jordan era being watered down? Because you watched it more so than I did.
I wouldn't say watered down. I would say very more competitive.
It made it more competitive.
It made it more competitive. Here's why: because you still have some teams in the West, and you had some good, strong physical teams in the East. You couldn't stop one person, and that's all it was. If Jordan did not have to retire the first time, Houston would have not been back-to-back champions. Let's just keep that.
Do you think Houston would have got at least one title?
One, yes. Two, probably not.
So you think Jordan would have been 7-1, or would he have been 7-0 and just not have gotten to the finals against Olajuwon? Because
he still would have been.
So he would have got to the finals, and Olajuwon would have beat him.
Yes.
Okay, so they would have split the series.
Correct.
Okay, that's interesting. I feel like what JJ Redick could be saying is kind of fair, right? The part where I feel like it's not fair is when we say that, you then also need to nitpick this era and talk about how, well, does catering to the offense water down the NBA? Does removing veterans water down the NBA? Present day. Because vets back in the day, like, vets mattered right now.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more so than back in the day.
Mm.
Then when you're talking about you can't hand check, you make the game easier for offensive players.
That's a good point.
So does that not water down the NBA too?
It definitely. When they took their hand checking out of the game, it just went straight downhill like that. Yeah. That took the fun out of it, and honestly, we have not seen no true rivals in the game anymore. Like,
you think that's because of hand checking?
No.
I was about to say that.
I'm just saying, like, in general, like, you don't have those hatred rivalries from the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, because now everybody want to be everybody buddy. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Interesting. So you think from a competitive standpoint, it's less in comparison to back then? So maybe that's the question: is that watered down the NBA as well? Like, if we want to nitpick back in the day, that's cool, because we can talk about how people probably couldn't dribble with their left as well as today. But then when I think about it, people can't dribble left as well in the NBA either. Mm-hmm. Like, the skill has probably evolved, but the game of basketball, people are still stupid. Like you might have better basketball players back then, but more skilled players today. Now. Does that not water the game down? Like, again, I'm not going at JJ Redick. As y'all see that I led with he come from good stock, right? But I think it's a little bit unfair, and it was just a small clip, right, of what they showed. But still, I think it's unfair to just say that it was watered down when we added 16, which, mind you, for clarification, they weren't the worst team in the NBA. Like, they weren't. In fact, I think the Nets were one time. You know what I'm saying? Like in 90. Like, that's tough. So, yeah, it is what it is. Like, but he does have a point.
I mean,
adding 6 new teams, that might make it increases the league, but you add new teams. You're not getting those stars on every single team. You're not getting 6 new contenders. So it's not like those 6 teams are making it that much more competitive. So like it might help your record out, but it's not going to affect the playoffs. That's going to be what it was. So, but I mean, unless you got anything else to say, because I mean the buzzer just got off. So
I mean, I do got a point.
what's up?
Just what if we had the play in back in the 90s? Would
That could be a question. That could be a question of if that's watering down the NBA as well. You're definitely watering down the NBA season. You're making it less relevant.
Yeah.
So that's a very fair point.
And also with the in season tournament too, like who gives a heck about, like,
I don't know if that's watering it down now. I think that makes it a little bit more entertaining. But the play in, I might be there with you.
Yeah.
So, but I'm glad Scott Foster was reffing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The buzzer had definitely gone off.
He did.
But we counting that bucket that you just dropped. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, we about to take a quick hiatus, pay some bills. But when we come back, we got more hoops to talk about. So hope y'all enjoying it, and we'll be back momentarily.
The I'm Perfectly Made Foundation believes that routine screenings can save lives and that access to these services should not be a barrier. Our mission is to promote eye health education, free eye exams, free eye screenings, and free glasses to our communities with the focus of highlighting early detection. The I'm Perfectly Made Foundation also gives individuals with low vision and blindness the opportunities to be a part of certain community events regardless of visual impairments.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Listen, so the WNBA, y'all see the jersey, All-Star, something, slide, right? Shout out to BG.
Welcome back.
Yeah, well, I mean, she been back, but
still,
yeah, I feel that respect. You can't say that enough. You can't say that enough. Is this the most important WNBA season? Like the 2024 WNBA season? Is this the most of all time? By the way, what do you think?
I want to say all time, but most important, absolutely yes.
That's what I mean. Like, no, I'm saying of all time, is this the most important season? It's not the most important season
because this, well, my bad. It is most important.
I was about to say, bro, like this. Yeah, because this, I was about to say, dog, like that's wild. Because I'm gonna say this from a viewership standpoint. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's been as high. Everybody's essentially following from Caitlin Clark's journey in college and Angel Reese's, but more so Caitlin's. I'll be fair. To the WNBA. If y'all don't produce and show that y'all can hoop like y'all have been, people are being like, well, you know what? It's not that entertaining like we thought. Like that's my personal feeling. So this is like this is like an audition time. And mind you, people have been watching, but I do think more people are going to put eyes on it, and so you have to draw in these viewers. So that's why I say it's the most important.
To me, it is because you got a way better class coming in next year. So you cannot wet the bed your first full season. Now, I understand some of the players are on teams that is not like relevant, but you still got to produce. Now,
you're talking just because you're talking about rookies.
Yeah.
See, I'm talking about the WNBA as a whole, not just rookies. Like Brianna Stewart has to audition really well for everybody. Asia Wilson has to audition really well for everybody. And for them, like we've seen them produce, so it should be easy. NECA, you should produce. We've seen BG, we've seen you produce. The rookies, unfortunately, Caitlin is gonna have to produce. Angel Reese is gonna have to produce. Cardoza, yeah. Cameron Brink, I don't think as much. Like the expectations aren't going to be as high. So I don't think people are going to be focusing on the rookies with that heavy microscope saying, "Oh, like they suck." You're going to have some people who troll, some people who definitely hate. But I think it's not just rookies. I think it's every WNBA player, every single coach, how the league is moving. Like the charters that they got, great move. Because now, if I'm noticing you, I'm flying with WNBA professional play. I get to fly with Caitlin Clark potentially, dude. That's gonna be wild. That's gonna be crazy. So like that, I think that would have been crazy.
And honestly, and also pick back on what you say too.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to the ones that came before this class, but damn, I never seen one person literally sell out 3 games and lay like in the first 8 days of the regular season. Like you could never ever expect that from one individual, not a whole team, just one individual. Is that going to be the constant swing for the regular season? Who knows? But I definitely can see it not only is the most important season for not just the players, not just the coaches, not just fans, but every city as well too. How you going to have revenue when this team comes, or like this player comes and stuff like that. So everybody gotta have some type of pitch in it, because like you said, if they can't produce, then what's this hype about for? All ever since this past college basketball season, what's the hype for?
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this: let's say the season goes well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fever don't make the playoffs, right? But it's just a hypothetical. But the viewership stays up. Is Caitlin Clark the MVP?
No.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. Hold on. Here's the thing, though. The most valuable player, again, for me, and I should have said this earlier, that's my bad. Oh, my God. It's a regular season award. So if it's a regular season award and you got more viewership for this regular season, you enhance the viewership for the regular season. Are you not the most valuable player in the WNBA?
No.
No. All right, because she, like you said, like hold on, but like you said, they're coming to see her. The viewership increased because of her. That's direct value. Like you can monetize, you can quantify. Like there's a tangible now source to say it's because of her. Why would you not give her the MVP then?
Because even though she's transitioned the sport, you cannot just like come into a whole league and thinking that you're going to do the same thing like you did, like was up an hour. That is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. You can sell out arenas all you want to, but it's how you are doing on the court. It's literally going to be that factor of so what the season is for.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I feel that. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate because again, value is there, but I respect it. How about because again, this is the most important WNBA season, ladies and gentlemen. So I got to ask this question: do the Aces and the WNBA need a three-peat? More so the WNBA. Like, does the WNBA need the Aces to win 3 in a row, or do they need somebody to dethrone them?
It's a mix of both.
You got to choose one, though.
See,
so I say you got to choose one.
I would say they do need a three-peat.
Okay, so because I think they don't. Reason why. If you win the three-peat, it looks like you have a juggernaut. And it's like, okay, these girls are still kind of in their prime. What are we about to do? A team beats them. Now we got a situation on our hands. Something could, like next season, could be interesting. Oh, by the way, the Fever are a year older. So we start getting a little more parity in the league. I don't know if a three-peat, it sounds nice. It looked cool. Comment at the time, less teams get it. It could make most sense to have the Aces lose that three-peat, but you like the Comets. So I think having that three-peat does add some value because you were getting a little hype about the Comets last time too. So for the three-peat, present day, does it eclipse the Comets three-peat for you? Which I know they did for, but the three-peat, does it eclipse it for you?
This 3P, I would say no.
Okay.
I would say no.
Okay. All right. So, well, in the most important WNBA season, thought it might need a three-peat. He say yay, I say nay. You know what I'm saying? Caitlin Clark, I tried to vouch for you for MVP. Sound like I ain't getting no real support on the left-hand side. But maybe All-Star. We'll see.
She definitely want to get an All-Star. Oh, she is definitely want to get an All-Star.
Time will tell. We'll see what shakes. I don't want to speak no judge, but I mean, she got a solid shot because popularity too. That definitely helps out. But the buzzer just went off, unfortunately. So I don't think Scott was reffing that quarter. So what we got to do is take a quick hiatus, play some bills. But when we come right back, though, you know what I'm saying? Got more things to talk about. So hope y'all stay tuned.
Sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. Whether with coworkers, friends, family, we all love the entertainment. Well, here on Get a Bucket, my goal is to talk about sports and its cultural impact. The WNBA, for example. The WNBA is loads of entertainment, from the new rookies battling, displaying their skill sets, and preparing to take the league by storm, to the titans and the MVPs of the league clashing for battles we'll always remember. From imagining the soon-to-be possibilities to admiring and treasuring the finales. Get a Bucket is a platform where other sports analysts, hoopers, coaches, and fans of the show come and talk about the WNBA, both negatives and positives. So if you haven't, take a quick peek. At the very least, you'll have a good time. Remember, sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. So please, tune in and stay connected.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Listen, this conversation is a little tough, right? Off the break, I got to say this brother should have gone here, so that way he could have been from good stock. He would have learned some things.
DMV on.
He went to Texas. Got to talk about Kevin Durant, right? Is he still top 5 or 10 in the NBA?
Top 15. Top 15.
Top 15. Top 15, Chris, for real. All right, so you gave yours. I'm undecided, and I'm gonna just say that's a very far drop for me. Because before the season, I had Buddy at 2. You could have said it's a little emotional base, but I genuinely felt that he was at number 2. And to say that we go from number 2 to potentially outside the top 10, ladies and gentlemen, that's a far drop. So, out of curiosity, why do you say he's not in your top? You say top 15. Why do you say he fell out of the top 10?
Because he lost a step. That's one.
Well, hold on. Before you go, where did you have him ranked, out of curiosity, before he fell out?
10.
You had him number 10?
I had him at 10.
At 10?
At 10.
Okay, so he just slipped out of the top 10 for you. Okay, he fell hard as hell for me.
Because
go ahead, why?
Because we don't trust you no more. That's one. Number 2.
When you say don't trust, you mean physically or you mean game wise?
game wise, we don't trust you anymore.
I mean, that man was still efficient. Now, hold on. Let's not do that, Chris.
No, we are going to do this. How you going to force yourself out of Golden State to Brooklyn, force out of Brooklyn to come to Phoenix? I mean, like, come on now, like,
let's not act like he didn't have Brooklyn though in the number 1, number 2 spot before he went injured both times. Come on now, like that's why I asked physically, or are we talking
physically,
game wise? Because he's still putting up his numbers.
I say physically,
he's still giving that efficiency.
Okay, physically he fell off.
So, now
physically he fell off. His game wise is still there, but as a person, I don't know if I still want to have you as a top 10 player.
I hear that. So like my definition of a top 10, right? You know, that's why I call a star. They should be able to help get you to the championship, right? You should be able to be the 1A on that team and get you there. I do question, and I said this video before the season started, do people fear Kevin Durant still? That might be a no. But fear's not a requirement to be in the top 10. So do I believe KD can be on a championship team as the alpha? I do. But you being swept back-to-back, or not back-to-back years, but you being swept on the Nets, you being swept on the Suns, I have said stars get you one. And I get the Nets situation, right? Like Kyrie was fasting, they hold y'all a little bit, but we ran it back with the Suns. Like you still should have got one. So I do question now if he's a star because of that. And again, my stars are my top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do no superstars. I do stars, all stars, starters. So I got to question if you are a star still. So top 15, it sounds hurtful. It might be fair. It might be fair. And KD's my favorite player, by the way. That's why I'm hurt. Let me ask you this, okay? Because you talked about him leaving Golden State. If he leaves Phoenix, does that hurt his legacy? Okay, now if he leaves, goes to a team where he's still the alpha, and brings home a title, does that hurt his legacy still?
Yes.
Even if he wins a championship?
If you did not have to win to Golden State, people would have been looking at you totally different. And it's that plain and simple. When you let Westbrook high and dry and went to Golden State and you literally got 2 titles out of it, cool, round of applause. Just like Uncle Charles said, you was riding the bus, but you was not no bus driver.
I do think that is a little tough because I think they had 2 drivers. Like I get Steph, you know what I'm saying, was the guy before that, but I mean KD was the best player on that team too. So like I do hear them, and that's what I'm saying from a legacy standpoint. It almost seems like no matter what KD does, like if he wins a championship with the Suns, that's cool, but still people are gonna knock him because of that Warriors move.
Yeah.
So like it does kind of suck when I look back at it again. Like is KD still top 5, top 10? I feel like he's going to get an unfair shake because, well, you could have been with Steph. So, no, it's like some people are going to hate on him. Some people are going to diss him because of, well, look at his journey. He hasn't done anything since he left Steph, this, that, and the third.
Which is true.
It is true. It is. A lot of stuff, though, is explainable, too, now. Let's not forget. The Bucks won in 2021, but they barely beat the Nets, and they were unhealthy. KD barely misses that 3 because of foot placement, not the shot. Shot drops. So I'm just saying, like, for me, like I said, I'm uncertain about the whole answer. But KD moving forward, bro, I would say this now. I have knocked this man for his decisions. No pun intended. But you may want to take a page out of Brown's book, bro. Like you gotta pick better. Like you really truly do. Like I will give him credit. He chooses his teammates until he gets to our team. But that's another discussion for another day. But the buzzer went off though. I mean that was a good little conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, ladies and gentlemen, as y'all see, the game has concluded. Those good buckets, good couple crossovers. You know what I'm saying? He made somebody fall twice. Like, he's wild. You know, good stuff, right? Good conversation. But I mean, you got anything you want to say before we close up shop?
Do better, KD. Do better.
That's wild. Casual straight to KD. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look, please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey.
I'm boy Chris.
I was about to say, you're what?
Hey, yo. It was a tongue twister.
Do better, Chris. But we're the hosts of Get a Bucket. Hope you all having a good one. Take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.